Good afternoon, everyone. First question on the part of daily mains practice DMP. Okay, I gave you two questions yesterday. This is from the Hindu main news related to Indian monsoons. Okay, Indian monsoons delayed 6 days. Actually, the actual scheduled date to uh, strike the India's Kerala's coast is June 1st. Now June 1 week delayed. Okay, based on this, Hindu published one main news yesterday, based on which I prepared two questions. I framed two questions. Look at first, observe how I have framed the question. In what way I framed the question? That is more important. The first question: discuss the impact of the monsoons delay. Discuss the impact of monsoons delay and El Nino effect on Indian agricultural system, thereby overall Indian economy. 250 words in 15 marks. Discuss the impact of monsoons delay and El Nino effect. There are two. One is a monsoons delayed effect and El Nino effect. Two things on the Indian monsoons, Indian agriculture system, thereby overall Indian economy. This is what the question, and 250 words in 15 marks. Actually, in this main news event of the this one, this Hindu article didn't touch this impact of this Indian monsoons delayed and El Nino effect, but we have to extend it. Okay, as far as this is concerned, the main important task word is discuss. What do you mean by discuss? Discuss is nothing but analyze the given issue in 360 degrees angle. Analyze the given issue. Given issue. What is the given issue here? Impact of the monsoons delay and impact of the El Nino on Indian agriculture system, thereby Indian economy. Here discuss 360 degrees angle analysis, which means socially, economically, politically, culturally, and in other ways. In almost all angles, we have to discuss this issue, especially economical. Because he asked economical, but economy is not mutually exclusive from the Indian society. And this Indian society and economy is not mutually exclusive from the Indian political system. Okay, though he asked the overall Indian economy and agriculture system, the social, political, and cultural and other angles are interrelated to this monsoonal system and Indian economy. That's why we should discuss the word. And of course, in other aspect, as far as the economy is concerned, economy is not a unidimensional in nature. Out of this economy, primary, secondary, tertiary sector, and another subsectors, MSMEs, rural economy, urban economy, and various economies, that is also in 360 degrees angle we have to discuss. Okay, Indian economy. First, we should start this introduction like this one. As far as the Indian economy is concerned, Indian economy, though the services sector accounts for around 30% maximum, still Indian economy is being described as a agro-based economy. So understand? I repeat, though Indian economy, though services sector contributes around 60% of India GDP around. Okay, still Indian economy is being described as the agro-based economy, as the importance of agriculture as far as the overall Indian economy is concerned. In fact, the Indian economy, Indian agriculture sector contributes only around 15% of GDP, sometimes 18% just during the time of GDP. But overall, this 13.6 in 2013 and 14. But in an average, 15% of the India GDP is being contributed by the agriculture sector. However, Indian economy is being described as the agro-based economy because of this agricultural overall, the pivotal role of the agriculture sector in the overall economy. So such an agriculture sector now is facing the threat, is facing the huge consequences from the delayed monsoons. As far as the actual date of the monsoons is June 1st every year. But this year, 1 week delayed. Okay, they yet to come to the Kerala's coast. So it will have far-reaching impact on the overall Indian economy, because the Kharif, mean agriculture season, Kharif season, which contributes around 70% of Indian agriculture produce, especially food grains, is delayed 1 week. Do you know the monsoons delay will have the huge impact on the Indian agriculture system, as monsoons delayed. Actually, The overall monsoons period in India is 1st June to September 15th. That is 3.5. June, July, August, September, 3.5 months. Which means 3.5 months means around 100 days only, 100 to 105 days. Already 1 week delayed. You know, though it is delayed, its withdrawal date will not be changed, which means India lost precious 7 days of the monsoonal rainfall. So India will get the deficit of rainfall. This deficit of rainfall will have the adverse impact on the agriculture production, especially during the Kharif season. So our agriculture production will be affected, first of all, especially in the drought-prone areas, mostly dry land agriculture cultivate area. Okay, that will be affected, especially not food grains, because food grains mostly depending upon this irrigation process is available in Punjab, Haryana, Andhra coastal, Tamil Nadu, wherever their irrigation is available, no problem. There will not be much effect. However, certain important commercial crops, especially food, this groundnut, oil seeds, okay, certain pulses, they are more important, oil form. They will be affected adversely. So India has to import a lot. Okay, this food production, once this food production affected, inflation will rise. Okay, less demand in rural areas. It's the same reaction. So farmers will get less income. Okay, less employment in rural areas, less incomes, less savings. Okay, yeah, less the you and increasing demand for the demand side is very high and production side is less. It will lead to price rise, scarcity of the market. Okay, supply side effects, inflation rise, affect the overall economy. So in this way, you have to discuss. Similarly, El Nino. El Nino is also similarly. And some analysts, climatologists describing this monsoon delays because of the El Nino. Okay, in the yesterday's news itself, IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, is yet to clarify, yet to come to conclusion whether it is because of the delayed monsoons is because of El Nino or not. And also another question is, IMD is still confusing, yet to describe that whether it is delayed is because of the cyclone threat which is there in the Arabian Sea or not. This is also another reason. But whatever the reason, we have lost the precious 1 week of the monsoonal rainfall. Okay, even El Nino. This is the year of the El Nino. The World Meteorological Department, Geneva-based Meteorological Department, and Indian IMD, even SkyMet, private agency, climatic agency, everybody is predicting unanimously, saying that El Nino. Because of this El Nino, India will get the deficit of rainfall this year. But of course, IMD is predicting normal monsoons. Okay, by and large. Whereas SkyMet is predicting deficit of rainfall. There is no conformity between no unanimity between these two organizations. But El Nino will be there guaranteed. So whenever El Nino will be there, 90% of the 80 to 90% of the time, India will get deficit of rainfall. But this year, according to World Meteorological Department, Geneva, okay, India, this whole world is facing El Nino. That's why these global temperatures will rise by 1.5 degrees centigrade before scheduled year of the 2027 or 2030. So global temperatures will rise this year because of the El Nino effect. So it means that India definitely will get the deficit of rainfall. So deficit of rainfall, I told you earlier, the same things will continue. Okay, this is the question you have to discuss. So in this way, and once this economy will affected adversely, this job market, which means society will be affected. Culturally, this Kharif season very important. The all festivals will be come immediately after the Kharif season, harvesting season. So cultural festivals will be affected. Culturally also will be affected. So in this way, you can touch certain areas. Okay, socio out of the economical, primary, secondary, tertiary. Once the primary sector affected, especially some agro-based industries, this cotton textile, jute industries, oil, vanaspati, etc., will be affected. So industrial sector, because India's industrial component, 40% is agro-based component, sugarcane, etc., that will be affected. Less demand. So though we have the other industries, nothing to do with this one appears to be. But however, because of less demand, there will not be any demand for the other industrial goods like electronic goods, etc. Okay, that will be affected. Even services sector will be affected. So in this way, overall economy will be affected. So in this way, we have to discuss 360 degrees angle in the almost all economic sector, exports will be affected, the growth process will be affected. Okay, this is the situation we have to discuss in this way. Okay, next, this question come under both geography and also this economy as well. Next question. What do you mean by El Nino? From the same article, I framed this question. What do you mean by El Nino? Discuss the El Nino link with the Indian monsoonal system. What do you mean by El Nino? And discuss the El Nino link with the Indian monsoonal system. 250 words, 10 marks. Paper 2, GS question. See, look at how I framed this question with the same article. Okay, this is purely geography, it appears to be. Okay, what do you mean by El Nino? El Nino is a phenomena, a climatic, okay, global climatic phenomena for every 4 to 6 years in the southeastern part of the Pacific Ocean, yeah, off the coast of the Peru and Chile. That is the Humboldt Peruvian cold current area. This is usually cold current, but because of certain global climatic changes, okay, it abnormally it will heat up by around 2 to 5 degrees centigrade. Because of this heat, high temperatures rise. These waters and atmosphere will be affected. So this low pressure, because of the heat, usually this high pressure conditions will be there, and because of the heat water, it will create certain low pressure area. This low pressure area will will be traveling to up to southern Indian Ocean. Okay, because of the ocean currents, movement of the ocean currents, and also ENSO effect, etc., etc. Because whenever there is these low pressure conditions are there in the southern Indian Ocean, okay, from where Indian monsoonal low pressure system in the northwestern part of India will get the monsoonal winds. Already low pressure, low intensity low pressure is there, which means India will get less monsoons, less winds. So India will have this deficit of rainfall. Deficit of rainfall. That is what the known as El Nino effect. Okay, discuss the El Nino link with the Indian monsoon. The same link you have to explain. Okay, El Nino is then an abnormal global climatic phenomena which usually formed for every 4 years in the this off the coast of southern off the coast of Peruvian coast in Pacific Ocean, around 1200 kilometers away from India. Okay, that's what the El Nino. This is also known as Christ said because it is usually formed in the December Christmas time period. Okay, and discuss. This is what the link. Link means whenever these low pressure systems form, it will reduces the monsoonal low wind systems coming towards India during the monsoon season. India will get the deficit of rainfall. India will face the severe consequences because of the drought conditions, especially in the rain shadow zone, northwestern part of the country and central India, and rain shadow zone of the eastern part of the Western Ghats. Okay, various crop production, economically, socially, politically, India will face the adverse situation. That's what the link. So whenever this El Nino condition is there, that will affect the India's overall growth process. Okay, this is the link you should explain. Okay, thank you.